a great little tip actually. If you are doing sanding, you should actually go and follow the grain rather than trying to cross the grain. You get a much better finish. It brings us on to a new sander that we've actually got, which is actually a palm grip sander. The reason it's called palm grip is it just fits so comfortably into your palm. Nice and easy to hold. It's not too wide, but we do have actually put a nice large amount of rubber across the top of it. This again makes it really comfortable for use for long periods of time. The other nice thing about this particular sander is its weight. It does have to be heavy enough to actually support the powerful motor that's inside there, but if you are using it for long periods of time above your head, it is actually very, very comfortable to use. We've also gone for the hook and loop system again, so as you're rapidly going through sandpaper, you can simply just tear them off and then refit another sheet ever so easily. However, what we've actually tried to consider is for the people that don't just buy a hook and loop, they might actually have rolls of paper hanging around as well, or just conventional sandpaper. So that won't actually work on a hook and loop system. So the way we've actually managed to overcome this is actually to fit these springs to the machine's base, and that gives the user the best of both worlds. You can see how easy it is to actually wrap it over. Just got to tuck it all in and then pull up the bar to actually clamp the paper. The problem with this though is that you now have lost your dust extraction. So we thought about how to get over that, and we have this sanding punch. This enables you to actually stamp the sander down onto this and actually perforate the paper and actually make the dust holes yourself. When we actually look at the rest of the machine itself, what we've also taken into consideration is the actual rubber sealed switch. This is actually designed to protect the switch from the ingress of dust and actually keep the machine working for very, very long periods of time indeed. As far as dust extraction is concerned, we also have this really good dust bag on the back of the machine. I need to take it off to really show you what it can do. But again, it enables you to take it out over a bin and actually empty the dust. But more importantly, it's actually held open. It actually has a special canopy inside which forces the bag open, enabling as much dust collection as possible to go into the bag. If you've got lots of sanding to do and you're doing lots of painting and decorating, this is definitely a really good investment to get that job done easily, very, very quickly, and also with a minimum of effort. This is a cracking little sander. It's actually a third sheet finishing sander. The reason we call it a third sheet is if you were to take a conventional full-size sheet of sandpaper and fold it into 3 parts, that's the size of this base. Now, when we actually start off with the base of this machine, we've got a hook and loop paper system on here which makes it incredibly easy to actually change the papers as they wear. But we also have on this a much smaller orbital size, so the amount of times it actually goes around is very, very quickly but very, very close together. What that does is actually improves my finish. That's why we call it a finishing sander. So it's not the fastest machine for stock removal, but it is actually an excellent machine if you're actually taking material down to put a stain or a varnish on. It's particularly good if you're using it on furniture. We also have still got the facility of actually using conventional paper by just using these spring clips at the front. Nice little feature on this unit is that you have variable speed, which enables you to actually slow the sander down a little bit, so that if you're getting close to the finish that you actually want to achieve, you've got more control from the machine itself. You need to notice these grips on the machine. They've got this nice rubber feel to them, so again when you're sanding for long periods of time, it actually takes a lot of the vibration out of the machine itself. We've actually spent a lot of time on the rear handle again as well to actually improve the vibration levels on the back of the machine. Again, it makes it more comfortable, but also we've used rubber around this switched area here. That's to stop the dust actually getting inside the mechanism and damaging it. It's a really good little feature, that one. Coming to the back of the machine, we've got this great little dust bag. It's nice and compact, very easy to actually take off the machine and just quickly empty out. Line it up with the machine and push it on. Now, one of the best things about this particular style of sander is how close you can actually get to the edge. The body is actually all set back in from the edge of the paper, meaning when you are sanding close to the edge, the body's not going to get in the way. So it's great if you need to do around both sides of skirting boards. It's a cracking machine for doing finish sanding. Okay, so another type of sander again, but still for a similar application, finish sanding. This is the random orbital machine. It's a specialist machine at actually removing stock quickly, but leaving a really, really nice finish. So again, if you're actually doing flattening, or you actually want to stain or varnish or lacquer the material, this is the machine to actually consider. Now, to change the actual discs themselves, it's very easy. It's a hook and loop system, so you can actually put the paper on and off very, very quickly indeed. But while we've actually got the paper off, we need to actually understand what random orbital means. Instead of just going round and round, what this actually does is it actually goes off center as well. Now the benefit of that shape is you don't get any swirl marks, so when you actually apply a wet liquid, you can't actually see that a sand has been onto the material. It's very, very different to just a normal orbital action. We have got the dust holes again, which enable you to actually use the vacuum extraction. The dust in this case goes straight into a collection bag at the back of the machine. The other thing we were trying to actually improve on when we were looking at this sander was user comfort. So what we've actually fitted, which is a distinct advantage, is an offset rear handle. That makes the machine much, much more comfortable to use, especially if you're using it for long periods of time. So we have two different places where we actually can position our hands. In some cases, you actually might want to use both at the same time. Again, it's nice and easy, it enables you to keep pressure on, but also you can actually guide the machine across the work. Let's see this machine in action.